What's up, all you metal maniacs out there? Fat Samurai Guy here, and today I'm going to give you a little recap of the amazing weekend, a very exhausting weekend of the Knotfest / Ozzfest collaboration weekend. It was fucking badass. Here we go. Now, due to there being different stages, I didn't get a chance to see all of the bands, and on Knotfest we ended up showing up kind of late, so sorry about that. So first up, let's start with Ozzfest. So on the Nuclear Blast stage, they had Brujeria, Municipal Waste, The Shrine, Still Rebel, and Cataclysm playing. And on the Monster Energy Drink stage 1, Suicidal Tendencies, those were the bands, unfortunately, I missed that day. When we did arrive at the festival, we caught the last couple of songs from Allegion, and they sounded pretty damn good. I haven't heard their stuff before, so I'm gonna have to check out their CDs. Next up was Huntress. Now, Huntress is fine. The female-fronted lead singer performed well. They were good. Huntress was good. I'm just not a huge fan of Huntress, but they performed well. They were good. And a band I'd never seen live before was Goat Whore, and they were fucking badass, man. Came out with the fucking spike boots and everything. They played pretty hard, man. I was digging it. They were pretty good live. But when fucking Hatebreed came out, they fucking killed it, man. They fucking destroyed it. The whole crowd went fucking nuts. Someone's fucking grandma and grandpa was on the side, fucking rocking out. But it was fucking bad. Hatebreed was fucking hard, man. The next band was Devil Driver, and they sounded really good. Devil Driver was pretty good. And then we're gonna go to the main stage, where they have named it the Lemmy stage, which is fucking badass. Lemmy from Motorhead, R.I.P. And first up, we had a group I've never heard before called Rival Sons. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. They're kind of like a hard rock / blues rock band, but they sounded pretty good. Next up, we had fucking Zakk Wylde and his group Black Label Society. They always fucking kill it, man. They always kill it, bring down the house. I mean, you really get your money's worth every time you see these guys live, man. Now, next up was Opeth. Now, I'm a big fan of Opeth. I like their original stuff, their harder, progressive death metal, if you will, sound. Now they have turned into more of a progressive rock band that has split a lot of fans. Now me, I still think they're good, as long as they're still making good music. I know it's not as hard as it used to be, but as long as they're still making good music, I'm still kind of a fan as of now, unless they do some stupid dubstep shit. Now they sounded fantastic. This is my second time seeing these guys. And when they play, when the equipment actually starts to work right, and they get all the kinks out, when they play, it's pretty much perfection. It's pretty much flawless. Michael's voice, when he clean sings, is like amazing. And then when he does the death growls, it's just like thunder. These guys are just really, really, really talented. Unfortunately, I think they were a little too weird for the audience. Half of the audience knew them, half of the audience seemed to participate, but not everyone was really, yeah, Opeth! Not everybody was really doing that. To the mainstream metal fan, Opeth is just bizarre. It's very bizarre sounding. They kind of don't know what to make of it. So the mainstream audience, I think, weren't really into them that much. Me and my buddy really enjoyed them, though. This is my second time seeing Megadeth. The first time I saw them was back when we had the big 4 concerts going around with Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, and Megadeth. And they fucking killed it, man. They fucking killed it. They sound amazing. They were badass. The crowd was up and jumping. It's fucking great. Now, next up is Disturbed. Okay. Now, Disturbed was Disturbed. You have fans that love Disturbed. You have fans that hate and loathe Disturbed. I'm right there in the middle. I could take them or leave them. I enjoy what I heard, and to their credit, they sounded really good. The most impressive song out of their whole set was when they did their cover of Sound of Silence. I didn't think David Draiman vocally could perform that live, but he killed it. He did really good. And then finally, fucking Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath! But before I get into Black Sabbath, okay, I kind of have to admit that Disturbed should have went before Megadeth. It should have been Disturbed, Megadeth, and then Black Sabbath, but that's just me being picky. But I think the order should have went that way. But anyway, back to Black Sabbath. Good news and bad news. The good news is they did not sound their age. Okay, these are the metal legends, all right? These are the guys that created metal, all right? They did not sound their age at all. Tony Iommi, I finally get to see this guy. I've never seen Black Sabbath before. And to hear Tony Iommi play his guitar, man, it was just perfection. It sounded so clear. They made it sound simple, you know, like it was so simplistic, you know, but difficult. But these guys are just fucking legends, man. You got fucking Geezer Butler on the bass, okay? Making it cool to be a bass player, all right? Now, I love bass players, don't get me wrong. Bass players are fucking cool. It's just the way he was just playing it, man. It was just amazing. Now, I'm not sure who that drummer was. It wasn't Bill Ward, if you guys are wondering. I don't know what happened between Bill Ward and Ozzy. I don't know if they had a falling out. I'm not sure the details. So, you know, obviously it would have been cool to have Bill there, but the replacement they had, holy shit, okay? He did this fucking badass drum solo that was just, everybody was on their feet for a fucking drum solo, okay? Everybody was standing up, jaws dropped, and this guy just killed the drums for like 5 minutes straight. I was just like, who is this guy, man? This guy is awesome. Now for the bad. Ozzy, unfortunately, was sick. All right, so he was really struggling vocally. I felt really sorry for the guy because if you think about it, this is supposed to be their very last performance. They're done, the group is done. And, you know, they want to kind of go out with a bang. That's why this festival was so important. And to us, you know, the diehard fans, we didn't mind that much because it's Sabbath, man. I just want to see Sabbath. But you could tell he was really, really struggling. A couple of times he was apologizing in between songs. He was even telling the audience, you know, help me, come sing the lyrics with me, help me out. So I felt bad and for him. And he felt really bad. He even said, I was like, I sound like fucking bullshit. He even said something like that. So that was only the bad part, was he really was hurting. But to end Ozzfest positive, they did a lot of their hits. They did Iron Man, they did Hand of Doom, Children of the Grave. They even opened, the first track, they opened with Black Sabbath. It was so cool hearing that song live, man. And as they played their last song, they had fireworks go off, which was kind of cool. But it was cool, man. I mean, it's Sabbath. It is the end. It is the end for Sabbath. The proto-metal group, before there was even a term heavy metal, these guys were fucking heavy metal. And this is their last performance, or was their last performance, and I was very lucky to have been there to see that at the San Manuel Amphitheater. Now let's get into Knotfest. So after a full day at Ozzfest, and drinking a lot of beer, we were fucking dead. We were dead, okay, the next day. So we ended up going to Knotfest late. So these are the bands that I missed. I'm gonna read them out, just in case you were curious of who was there. So again, at the Nuclear Blast stage, we had Whitechapel, Carnifex, Oni, SIM, Westfield Massacre, Loathe, and Combichrist. And on both Rockstar Energy Drink stages, we had Sabaton, Suicide Silence, Booby Babies, Butcher Babies, Overkill. Oh, fuck. That's the one thing I regret going in a little bit late, was we kind of missed Overkill. But it's all right. I'll have to see them another time. Immure and Man with a Mission. So when we arrived, we went straight to the Lemmy stage. Had pretty good seats. We were actually sitting in the orchestra section. And by then, we assumed Motionless in White was already done with their set or kind of wrapping it up. We didn't really care about seeing Motionless in White. I wasn't really a big fan of the band. I saw them a couple of years ago, and at first I was really intrigued. Like, when the band started playing, they sounded really good. It's almost a mixture a little bit with Marilyn Manson meets Nine Inch Nails, a little bit with some metal thrown in there. And the guy's screaming voice was really good. His vocals was really good. And then when he started to sing clean, it was too fucking whiny for me, man. I'm sorry. I mean, to each his own, but it was too fucking whiny. Lady Fat Blood went with me at the time, and she was all the way in the back, kind of resting, because it was really hot. She went by the shade, and as soon as they started playing, I was like, and I knew that would, you know, get her interest. So I turned, and I look at her, and she's standing up. At first she was sitting down, she was tired, she was exhausted. She was standing up like, whoa, man, she was checking out the group. And then as soon as he started whine singing, like, I mean, just, every time I see your face, I know, don't you know the time? I mean, I can't. When you sound hard, when you sound fucking hard, don't sing like that, please. Anyway, to each his own, to each his own. So as soon as he started singing like that, I was like, oh no. And then I turned to my left, and Lady Fat Blood was like this confused, like angry look, like what the fuck just happened? So we didn't really care about seeing them. But when we got there, they weren't on stage, they were still prepping. And we were like, what's going on? So we sat down, and a good like 20 minutes went by before they even came on stage, and we were kind of like, what is going on here? They came out, performed, the crowd was really into them, and I have to admit, hearing them a second time, they actually sounded pretty good. For some reason, his voice didn't really bother me as much as it did the first time. So I don't know if he changed his style a little bit with the more recent albums they've been making, I'm not sure, but they didn't sound that bad. So who knows, I might actually check out some of their CDs. So then next up we have Trivium, and again, there's this delay. Like, what's going on? And it took maybe a half an hour went by to set up Trivium's equipment, and we were just kind of like, okay, all right, let's get it going here. But when Trivium came out, man, they killed it. They sounded crystal clear. They were fucking badass. They sounded really good. Crowd went nuts. Next up, we have one of my favorite thrash metal bands of all time, Anthrax. And again, delay. Like, what's happening? It took forever. You know what? I think it took 45 minutes this time. It took them so long to set everything up. And we're just like, what the fuck is going on, man? This is way too long between bands. 45-minute wait? It was so bad that Anthrax set had to be cut short. To me, it even felt like, you know, they only played like 4 songs and then they had to go. And I was like, what the fuck, man? I mean, I love these guys. They always make me smile when they play. I mean, they played Indians, they caught in a mosh. I mean, they're always great live. Anthrax is always fucking cool live. But it was literally like, okay, we're done. And Joey Belladonna was on the mic, and he was just like, I want to apologize to all you guys. There's all kinds of issues setting up equipment and getting a sound check going. There was nothing we could do. That's what he said. There was nothing we could do. Thanks for being patient. We'll see you guys next time. And that was it, and they were gone. I was like, fuck. Again, another 30-minute to 45-minute wait. Oh, fuck, for the next band, which I really wanted to see. When I saw them a couple of years ago, we kind of got gypped. Amon Amarth's one of my favorite bands, metal bands. They only played fucking like 4 songs and they were gone. So even though it was cool to see them back then, at least this time we actually got a chance to hear a full set. And I'm surprised we heard a full set because there were so many delays leading up to them. So I'm surprised they weren't cut short. But they were fucking amazing, man. They came out, they're fucking badass. They had fucking Vikings on stage fighting. Yes, this happened. It was fucking cool, man. The dragon head on the boat had the smoke coming out of its nostrils. We had Vikings on top of the boat with bow and arrows pointing at the crowd. I mean, it was fucking cool, man. They were great live. I was so happy to see them in a proper manner. So next up was Slayer. Again, delay. Again. Another 30 to 45 minute wait, man. It's like, dude, what is going on? I mean, everybody needs to get fucking fired at this point. I mean, this is ridiculous. So while waiting for Slayer, we had a little bit of entertainment from some fans sitting around us. So you know it was gonna happen. You knew it was gonna happen. Somebody was gonna start the Slayer chant. So from the front to the back to the left to the right, everybody was just Slayer! Everybody was going crazy, right? And it just bounces off everyone, right? Everyone's saying it and shouting it. And then out of nowhere, it turned into this, okay? It's hilarious. So the guy in the back, Slayer, the guy in the front, Slayer. The guy on the left, all of a sudden was like, what you gonna do? To the other guy, and without any hesitation, the guy on the right was like, oh yeah, dig it, ooh. So just alcohol. Thank you, alcohol. So finally, after the fucking delay, fucking Slayer came out, killed it. Killed it, man. They had fire and flames going up. They played Raining Blood. It was fucking cool, man. But at the end of their set, again, cut short, their set was a little bit longer than Anthrax's, but not as long as Amon Amarth's. So at the end of their set, you know, they had to be cut short. Tom gets up on the mic. Tom Araya, the lead singer, gets up on the mic, and he's all like, thank you for everyone for coming out. Thanks for being patient. You guys are awesome. Take care. And he storms off stage. Like, he just leaves, and you could tell he's fucking pissed. You could tell he was really pissed because of all the fucking delays. I mean, even before they even started playing, he came out, and the first thing he said was, well, he said something like this. He goes, welcome to the Slipknot Clusterfuck Festival. So, I don't know, guys. I have no idea why there were so many problems. I mean, Ozzfest, there were little things here and there, but nothing this bad. Slipknot, maybe the wait was 25 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe 30. I don't know, it just didn't seem as long. Still kind of lengthy, but it didn't seem as long as the previous ones. So they came out, they always kill it. Slipknot always kills it. Corey and his crew, man, they fucking killed it. The fists were pumping, everybody was jumping. You know, they fucking killed it, man. They were great. But they're always great. It's my 4th time seeing these guys. They're always good live. But unfortunately, we couldn't stay all the way till the end. We had to leave a little bit early to beat that fucking traffic, man. Ozzfest, going home. And I was in the VIP parking section, okay? Going home. We literally waited in line for about we timed it because it was so ridiculous, okay? For an hour and a half. An hour and a half wait to get out of the parking lot. It is ridiculous. So, San Manuel Amphitheater. If you guys, whoever's in charge over there, you guys need to come up with a better system because it's fucking bullshit. So, it was worth leaving Slipknot a little bit early just so we can get out and be free and drink some more beers when we got home. So again, great weekend. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see all the bands. I probably would have died. I was just too tired, man. Way too tired. But it was worth it to see Black Sabbath. Last performance live. All the bands that we did get to see were fucking awesome. And if any of you guys were there, let me know in the comments below if you got a chance to see those other bands that I missed. How were they? Were they cool? Or let me know in the comments below what you think of this year's lineup compared to the previous years. Stay tuned this week because we will have some more trailer reactions. Me and Lady Fat Blood having too much fun doing those. And some more movie reviews. And hopefully this week I can finally post our We Love Metal discussion video. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.